Hi, hello, and good evening. I am super excited for this episode of the Kyle Petty Show. It's Christmas, and we're celebrating it. Got a lot of really fun stuff coming up tonight, so I don't want to waste any time. So let's just get into it. Here we go. All right, so let's just start this off with a general, like, public service announcement. Okay, um, the rumors are true. Assuming anyone's talking about it, nobody really cares. I got the Rona. Okay, I got COVID, but I found out about this only yesterday. Probably not a false positive. Definitely not feeling great. But I want to say this to say that the holidays are here. They're not coming up. They are upon us. And okay, this whole thing started just because I had a little cough and my job made me get tested and I found out that I was positive. So I say all that to say that, like, even if you don't feel that bad, go get tested and just make sure, because there's probably people in your life and in other people's lives that cannot afford to get this. I am vaccinated. I'm fine. I'm a little sleepy. I have a little sore throat, but I was singing today, so I guess I'm not that bad. I mean, singing to Rihanna, as much as that is singing. Okay, but anyway, so that's not why you're gathered here today. I just wanted to say, get vaccinated, get tested, and protect your loved ones. Okay, so there's that. After that, okay, so here's what I want to talk about. I have a new recipe. I know this you've all been waiting to see. Um, I've got this recipe here that's really, really exciting. Um, Apparently, you can make salmon, okay, salmon, like the fish, in a dishwasher. And I did it. Now, this is not something new. I didn't make this up. Apparently, this was debuted for the very first time on The Tonight Show in 1975 with Johnny Carson. And I'm so excited to share it with you tonight. This has been shared on the Food Network. Um, so, first, I gave you popcorn salad by way of the Food Network, and now I'm giving you dishwasher salmon. Okay, so let's check out the video. Let's see how it came out. I promise you're gonna love it, and you're gonna do it too. All right, so let's check it out. All right, so we're supposed to be using lemon juice with this whole thing. We're not gonna do that. Of course, we're gonna do it differently. We've got our tin foil out. I'm gonna use some avocado oil on the bottom. Just make sure she doesn't stick. I'm gonna put my salmon on top of her. We're gonna do these separate and like slightly different. Okay, so salmon 1, salmon 2. I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, so we're gonna do salt and pepper on one of them, and then just some adobo on the other, because you know we love our adobo. And we'll use some garlic powder for both, obviously. We wanna make sure she gets it all real good here. There she is. There she is. Garlic powder for both. All right, so the directions specified to make sure this is wrapped very tightly. What do we think is the best method? I'm gonna go like this. Really nice and good. All right. I'm gonna twist off the side. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel really good, you know. Really nice and tight. We don't want any extra water on there. We want to make sure this is really like a steaming kind of situation here.
It's like corn on the cob.
Yeah, super cute. I'm going to place these on the top rack of the dishwasher. All right, we're going to do adobo in the back so we know where they go. All right, there. And we'll do the S&P in the front. We'll fill in the other two, and then we'll check in after. All right, so I've got my salmon loaded in the dishwasher. We're all set to go. All right, there they are. Adobo in the back, S&P in the front, and we're gonna run the dishwasher on its regular cycle and see what comes out. Nom nom nom. All right, our salmon is done, and I can't wait to find out how it came out. Let's see. All right. Smells delectable. No, I don't. Does it? Does it? Let's see here. This is the one we did with the adobo, and I did add some butter. All right, that was what was done off camera.
I thought the adobo was in the bag.
I don't think that's correct. We'll have to rewatch. Okay. Oh, all right. I mean, she looks like salmon. She looks like salmon.
She looks cooked.
She looks cooked. Okay. We're gonna plate her and we'll find out.
She smells cooked.
She smells great. You were supposed to stop there.
There goes nothing.
Let's see, the dishwasher salmon, fresh out of the washer. What do we think? What do you think?
It's pretty good.
It's not good?
Yeah.
Would you have it again?
Yeah. I don't really know how to do fish, so it's probably just the way I'm gonna make it now.
Dishwasher salmon just became the new standard. Happy holidays indeed. Food Network coming through once again.
Paired very well with bourbon.
Is that really why we like it? Ooh, ooh. Jury's out. Jury's out. We'll discuss later. All right, so so much fun we had. So dishwasher salmon, that's the way to do it. So even if you're an idiot at home and don't know what to do with yourself, there is absolutely no reason for your holiday table to be empty, okay? Just throw your fish in the dishwasher and you're good. Now listen, I had told my mother about this during Thanksgiving break, and like she was very fascinated by this whole thing. And she went on to read a lot of the comments, and there were a lot of people talking about, what else can you cook in the dishwasher? Can you do beef? Can you do chicken? And the resounding answer, yes, you can do all of it. I don't know that I would. I will not try it, but I'd love to hear if you did. Okay? So if you try anything else, including this salmon in the dishwasher, let me know. Email me at Kyle@thekylepettyshow.com or DM me, like whatever you want to do, Just tune in, like give me a little shout, like chat with me, like whatever you want to do. I don't really care how you reach out to me. Let's just reach out. But that's all I had to say on that. So it's Christmas. I think I said some of this already, like in what was pre-recorded. Unfortunately, Matthew Sirico could not be with us live on tonight, but I had a moment to chat with him on Monday. And we had a really, really fun conversation regarding all things Christmas, because, this is a very, very special time for him and I. So I'm really, really glad that we got to connect, especially during a year where we could not do a Very Petty Christmas, because that's been special to the two of us. And I guess it's even better now knowing that I've got the Rona, so I probably shouldn't be around people anyway. Not probably. I know I shouldn't. I have not. All right. My roommate's positive also. Needless to say. So we're hanging out, but that's the end of that. But here's my conversation with Matthew. We have a super fun special guest included in this. I don't even want to say who they are. You can just see for yourself. But that's it. Here's Matthew. Thank you so much. I'm just so glad he joined me. Here we go. Here's Matt. Hello, Merry Christmas. In lieu of a Very Petty Christmas this year, obviously, we thought it would be apropos to pull Matthew in and just have our own little special of Christmas and celebrate our way. So thank you for joining me, Matthew.
Of course. Merry Christmas.
This is our time of year with you. All right. So wait. So like with Emily, we had you do 2 truths and a lie, right? Did you do it? Did you follow through?
I did.
All right. So hit me with it.
Okay.
What do we have here?
Here we go. I have them on the side. All right. The one time that I played soccer as a child, I scored a goal, but for the other team.
Okay.
After getting my tonsils taken out and I woke up from the anesthesia, I performed a drugged out rendition of 76 Trombones for the whole office. And third one, I own one of Carol Channing's wigs.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now at this point, there's only one lie. I'm gonna have to go with the soccer thing.
You think that's the lie?
Well, I definitely think you would own one of Carol Channing's wigs. I mean, like, I definitely think that that's true. What was the second one again? Give that one to me.
Tonsils, anesthesia, drugged out 76 Trombones in the office.
That's highly likely. I'm gonna go with soccer. Soccer. Final answer.
That is true. That did happen.
So,
what
is untrue?
I still have my tonsils, and that didn't happen. However, when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I drugged out performed Oklahoma for the entire office. So
Okay,
it's like
equally exciting.
And I do have one of Carol's wigs. It's right here. She is. I brought her for show and tell.
I know, show and tell. What's so funny is that like I am just like very ashamed like by this because I also feel like in your retelling of clue number 2, I should have known that that wasn't real because of the way that you delivered it. 76 trombone, dentist, drugged out, and it's like I don't know. There's something about that I should have said that that's not real because I don't know. It was very rushed. Damn. All right. Well, whatever. I'm not good at this game, but we're gonna keep playing it until I get somebody's right. All
Okay.
right, maybe in January, unless you have another one now. Do you have another one?
The second one. I have a Christmas
You have a
themed
second.
one.
A Christmas themed.
Yes.
Tutu's gonna lie. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So number 1,
Mm.
Kevin, who was on the show last week,
Love.
he got to be in Elf, the musical, before I have. Number 2, I've never seen Home Alone. And 3, I have 7 Tigger ornaments on my Christmas tree.
All right. Well, that's definitely true. Well, you know what? Maybe not because like you're being tricky here because you said 7. It could be 8. It could be 6. It could literally be any other number. I definitely believe that Tigger is apparent on that tree. I'm gonna leave that. I don't know. Maybe you're being tricky. Maybe you're being tricky. You know what? I think you're being tricky. I think it's the Tigger thing. Tigger is a lie. Tigger is a lie.
It is. I have 0. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
I have 0. I have 0 Tigger ornaments.
Go figure. I think that's a Christmas line.
I have 101 different Wizard of Oz ornaments though, because that's from like my childhood. Like that's always what I have. I have Tin Mans everywhere.
What do you
But
think
I
about the
have
Wizard of
0
Oz?
ornaments.
What do you think about it? Like, do you like the Wizard of Oz?
I haven't been in it ever. I haven't been to Tin Man so many times.
I think the Wizard of Oz sucks. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think it's very fun to be in,
Okay.
but I do not think it's fun to watch. That's not true. The stage version is fun to watch. I have
That's
no
fair.
space for the movie.
Well, I love
you can
Queen
tell me
Elizabeth.
it's a Christmas classic as much as you want. It's not hers.
No, it's not a Christmas classic.
No, it's not. I don't know why is it a Christmas classic.
I guess because it's a family movie. I don't know. I never thought of it as a Christmas classic until you just said that.
Well, that's what people say. And people being
Okay.
like depressed in the media, like you see things like in like Newsday, like oh Wizard of Oz, like Christmas, Merry Christmas, and it's like bye bye.
It's like Sound of Music.
Okay. Hot button issue. Hot button issue. Okay, because we know that My Favorite Things comes from The Sound of Music. Okay,
Yes.
which I didn't until like way after the fact. I still say that My Favorite Things is a Christmas song, and we're gonna poll the people, and we're gonna find out what they
Okay.
think about it during the week. Okay, that's what we're gonna put up on the socials. So I guess live we'll talk about what the answer is on Thursday. But get the hell out of here. My Favorite Things is a Christmas song, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Okay, I say this every Christmas, and I will continue to. If you pick up a Christmas CD, My Favorite Things is on there. If you listen to the All Christmas radio station, I guarantee you will hear multiple versions of My Favorite Things. And one of my favorite things is Kelly Clarkson's rendition. Okay, so check it out if you haven't already. Very
Yes.
much. Kelly Clarkson is the queen of everything. She is the queen of Christmas. Sorry, Mariah. But since you also mentioned Home Alone, I do need to ask you this because
Yes.
there was a debate, either last Christmas or the Christmas prior, that I had had with Steve regarding Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Do you remember this debate?
I don't know.
Good. Because I don't really want you to know where I stand.
Okay, I
don't
don't
want anybody to accuse you of being biased.
Okay.
So, you've seen Home Alone and Home Alone 2?
No, I've seen neither. That was my truth. I've never seen it.
Right. I guess I just rejected that as truth because I think that's so ridiculous. How have you not seen Home Alone? All right, we'll save this for later. We'll save this for later for our surprise special guest.
Okay.
Because I know they've seen Home Alone.
I know, like, you know,
I'm
the
looking
bits of
backstage
it.
to see if they're nodding or shaking their head, and like they are nodding. They have. We're going to table
Okay.
this one. We're coming
Okay.
back to Home Alone.
Okay.
Let's just put a caption in. That's really more for me, just so that I remember to mention Home Alone. Okay, great. So I have some questions for you.
Okay.
I don't want to start with this one because I think this will be very interesting. Being that you did not have the same upbringing as most, being such a theater queen. So when you were a kid, did you have any posters on your wall?
No, not really. I do. I have lots of theater posters on my wall.
Wait, so growing up, you hung up nothing?
Yeah, nothing. Like,
Just bare
yeah,
walls.
I had like a bulletin board, but like not with like didn't have like posters or anything.
A bulletin board.
Yeah, I had a
Oh,
bulletin
Matthew.
board with
What was
like
on it?
like the playbills from the shows I did in like elementary school, and like stuff from like the good old Take One days. Like all like I had like a whole bulletin board full of stuff. And then at some point I redid my room and that all went away. And now I have theater posters everywhere.
What posters do you have now? As a grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man with all of his theater posters. We got Madison Square Garden Christmas Carol because of course.
Well, of course. Classic, penultimate.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
We
Now
got
that's an American classic.
Nick Jonas and How to Succeed in Business because he's my husband.
Yeah, delicious.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat because of course. La Cage aux Folles.
You know, I don't know Lacage. I don't know Lacage at all. And I
Well,
feel like
one
it's
day
something
we'll
I should
finally get
know. I
You will
feel
say
like
it.
it's a major tragedy that I don't.
Well, I have never seen Home Alone, so it's fair trade.
I don't know that that's fair.
right.
I would venture to guess that the Home Alone offense is way more egregious than my
Have you seen the
Lacage thing.
Birdcage?
No, actually no. However, I have heard that Birdcage,
Nathan Lane's in
fact or
it.
fiction?
I mean,
I guess not.
nah.
Then I've been lied to because I haven't seen Birdcage, so that's not. I didn't draw that parallel, so don't cancel me for it.
I mean, maybe it
I
is.
don't know
I just-
anything about it.
Nathan Lane's in both, so there's that. The Birdcage is the American version of La Cage, or it takes place in America. It's the same like story.
All right.
All right.
No.
Do you mean Addams Family? Maybe the Addams Family musical is like the Birdcage.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. I don't know. People have said
How dare you?
that-
No, I never even said. Addams Family is also a really bad musical. Since we're on it, like really terrible.
I got my feelings on that one.
Yeah,
but,
I venture to say like unwatchable.
Okay. It's the same story. Unconventional family tries to marry into a conventional family and chaos ensues. But there's no drag queens in Addams Family, so it's not good.
So we don't need it. That's nothing for us. Since we're talking about family today, I thought it only appropriate to ask what your preferred piece is in Monopoly.
Now, I don't
Fun
know if
trivia.
this is anyone else's preferred piece, but I don't know why it's mine, but I always use the thimble.
Really?
And I don't know why. Like,
Because you're
never-
essentially an old lady.
I mean, correct. I don't think I've ever had to fight for it.
Of course not.
I
because
mean,
it's
like,
a
I don't know the last time I even played Monopoly, but like, I always played as the thimble. But yes, I'm an old lady, so.
Yeah, I see. I bring this up because Monopoly is like one of those things that I feel like I'm still not allowed to play, and like people shouldn't let me play it. I'm not a good Monopoly player. Although I do like to play as the hat.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's really cute when you just sneak
Yeah.
around the board. Yeah, I like the hat. I used to be really into the dog. But the dog has gained like popularity over the years. I feel like everybody always wants the car, and then the dog
Yeah.
is like number two, and it's like I just want something that's still cute, but not like top choice.
Yeah.
I don't know how you landed on Bimbo. It's the hat
I-
for me.
I was gonna say, does anyone use the wheelbarrow? Because I feel like that's the one that like just sits in the box, right? There's a wheelbarrow, right?
It's some kind of a cart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody picks that. That's like the last person. Like, oh, you want to play two? You can be the wheelbarrow.
And at that point, that game's gonna go on for hours if there's 8 pieces.
I
10
think
pieces?
so.
There's that many people, that game's never ending.
Yeah, no, then I honestly like just wipe me out early on because I don't have it. I don't have anything left. Silly. Which is now perfect to bring us into. Are you a sore loser? Or would you say that you're a good sport?
I think I'm a good sport, but depending on who I'm playing with, I might pretend to be a sore loser for the bit, but like
sounds entertaining.
clearly a bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I think I usually don't care about games, like if I win or
No
not.
games. Like there's certain games that like are they like hot
Oh.
button issues? Like certain games that you're a little bit more passionate with than like maybe others, or
I don't think so.
okay.
Kevin's the person asked this question too.
Yeah, see, I bring it up because like there's certain games that I can just accept that like shit happens, right?
Yeah.
Like when I play Mario Kart or something like that, it's like, okay, I don't go into this with the expectation that like I'm going to win because I know that skill has so little to do with like these Mario games, right?
Yeah.
However, like if we're playing something like Monopoly, that's like a long game and you're really like investing in it. Like I don't care about a Mario Kart race because it's over in 3 or 4 minutes. But like when I've sat down for an hour and I'm playing Monopoly, you bet your ass when you start wiping me off the board, I'm gonna get really mad. And like this is why like I have a hard time like playing this game. And obviously this has come up before, like with my family. Just knocked my mouse off the table. Disaster. This obviously came up a lot like with my family because we were big board game people growing up and everything. And I remember once playing Monopoly with with my family. My aunt was involved and of course my father, both of them like, rest in power. But we're going around the table and like, there's a point when you're playing Monopoly that like things stop being like fun, right? Like nobody's talking anymore. It's very, very silent. There isn't even like a smile being cracked like around the table. And like everybody's taking this like very seriously. And my oh my gosh, my family, because we take these games like so very seriously. My father's going around the board and having a rough go, constantly paying rent out. And like when you have all these properties, you can mortgage it over for a couple like some quick cash from the bank to kind of keep you afloat or whatever. And that's what he was doing. He was mortgaging over all of his stuff. And he landed on my aunt's thing. And she goes, well, you got to pay up. And he's looking, and maybe had like a couple of fives and some singles. That's like really all he had left. And she said, well, listen, you could mortgage something off and you can give it to me. Leaned over and said, I would rather see it burn than give it to you. And it's like, this is absolutely the spirit that I have inherited. I have not played Monopoly, and I would say like years. I only recently have been cleared to play Uno.
Yes.
Yeah, I take that better now. I take that off. But yeah, I've had a rough go with board games. What does your family do for the holidays? Do you play? What happens?
So we actually just started a new tradition of dominoes on Christmas.
I love dominoes.
Me too. My grandma loves dominoes. And so like all growing up, like generally like we would go to her house after school, whatever, and like always would play dominoes with her and my grandpa. And so our family traditions that we used to participate in, we've all kind of gotten bored of. So we were like, let's do something else. We're like, you know what? We're going to play dominoes. So that's our new thing is for Christmas Eve, my grandma comes over and we do like dinner or whatever. And then we play dominoes and do Christmas cookies with her neighbors. That's our new for Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's our Christmas game.
Yeah, Domino's is cool because like
Yeah.
it's not super competitive. It promotes conversation. I'm a big fan of Domino's.
Yeah.
I don't care if I win or lose that one. It's really just about everybody sitting around the table, having a nosh, having a sippy, and just like enjoying each other. Yeah, Domino's is solid. I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm still a little bummed about A Very Petty Christmas. And how,
Yeah.
haven't done it in like a little while.
I know.
However, I am very excited that you joined me to do a dashboard duet.
Yes.
And we did our classic Silver Bells duet. And I can't wait to share it. Let's pull it up now. Very,
Yeah.
very fun. We still need to figure out this shaky camera thing. I have to get better with that. We have to figure out what's going on. Maybe as we continue to do this, we'll start to invest some more money in her. But until then, we're shaking all over the place, but it doesn't matter because we had fun and we hope you do too. So enjoy our little duet. You know,
Woo.
thanks. Yeah, so fun. This is gonna be the one.
This is it.
Silver bells,
Silver bells.
silver bells,
Silver bells.
It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
Ring-a-ling.
hear them ring,
Hear them ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. You're gonna help
Children
me?
laughing.
Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you'll hear silver bells,
Silver bells.
silver bells,
Silver bells.
It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
Ring-a-ling.
hear them ring,
Hear them ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day. I think it's going great.
Yeah.
Now this was that verse that like we never knew.
No.
I mean, not that I knew the first one, but I most certainly don't know this one.
I feel like, isn't this the one where it's like Santa's big scene and we're like, what?
Yeah, like
Every
Santa's
time.
big scene, Santa's big day,
Yeah,
you know,
something
children going out to play.
Yeah,
That sounds serviceable.
I know. I don't think anyone's ever heard the second verse of the song anyway.
And if they heard it, they
don't
didn't
remember.
pay attention to it. It's like it's just background noise, like in
Yeah.
Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
Well, it got us this far.
Yeah. Oh well.
Silver bells,
Silver bells.
silver bells,
Silver bells.
It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
Ring-a-ling.
hear them ring,
Hear them ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day. Christmas Day.
We did it.
So stupid.
Oh, ridiculous.
I could not love more. Just feeding me the lyrics as we went along. Like, so fun because I really was driving and I really can't look at the words and I really don't know them. Even after 5 years, I don't know them. I'll never know them. And I feel like at this point, I shouldn't know them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
'cause now it's part of the song now.
Yeah, it's a thing now.
What
Like,
are the words to the second verse? Like,
I don't think anyone knows, and that's the thing. Maybe when we play this, somebody will comment what they
Yeah.
think the lyrics are. They'll probably be wrong. because those are one of those things that no one listens to. Like, I feel like
Right.
when you're listening to certain Christmas carols, you tune out like the
Mhm.
actual verses, and then like you only really like notice the chorus, which became very, very apparent to me from the very first time we did A Very Pretty Christmas. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know these songs the way I thought I did. I was like, I thought we could just do like one rehearsal kind of a thing and just call it a night. Wrong. No. Well, we still did do one rehearsal. We just never learned the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know
it'll
if
be
that's
fine.
I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not, but that's what we did. Thanks for doing that with me.
Of course.
What's so exciting is that that's not the only footage we have, right? Because that's not our only Christmas tradition.
No, it is not.
No, it's not. Obviously, before we started A Very Pretty Christmas, we appeared in the annual / ill-fated Christmas Cabaret at CM Performing Arts Center, none other than 'Tis the Season. which is
Yeah.
essentially a rebranded Holly Jolly Jubilee.
Yes.
Resurrected
Airport Playhouse.
from Airport.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we didn't appear in these things by ourselves. We always had a lot of company.
Oh yeah.
And we have a very special surprise guest to recount some of these memories. None other than the fantastically talented Jay Hughes
Yeah.
has
Hello.
agreed to join us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. First of all, I have to say that I was peeing that you guys just talked through the whole second verse.
I was
What do you
watching
think the
you
words are? No,
backstage, and I was like, if they don't laugh at this, then I know we failed. Like, this is it. Like, this is like truly the test. I'm watching the reaction. Please let it be what I need it to be.
Tears pouring out of my eyes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging. Thank you for finding it as humorous as we did.
Oh, the comedy. The comedy.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
just
Thank you.
top shelf.
Yeah, so welcome.
Oh, thanks so
You.
much.
Have also been in 'Tis the Season.
I sure have. Now, well, Kyle, well, I mean, it wasn't voluntarily. You know, I wasn't, you know, I didn't.
got in.
It must be. It must be. Kyle, I mean, did I remember this correctly? I mean, did you beg me to be in this show? I feel like it was really pushed.
I have to be honest with you. I was a victim of the rebranding, and I didn't realize what I was asking to be a part of. Your involvement in 'Tis the Season is 110% my fault.
Right, exactly. Right.
I can admit this. I didn't want to admit it years ago. I was like, no, it's your fault. It's your fault. You did this to yourself. You didn't.
I didn't.
I
No,
saw something. Christmas was happening, and I fancy myself Long Island's Kris Kringle. So I felt like if this is my home theater and there's something Christmas happening, I thought it egregious to not be involved. So I did. I inserted myself in. I did not realize it was a Holly Jolly Jubilee. And that's where we are with that. So I did.
Did
I
you
actually
do
did
it-
part of
Was both of your first years the same time? Did you both do
Yes.
it the first time together? And then
It was
Kyle's
after
like, "Oh,
Spelling Bee. It was after we did Spelling Bee.
Ask for Jay. I was not a
Yeah.
part.
Well, that was a memorable 'Tis the Season that year. That was like a big cast of people.
Yeah, that
It was
Tis the Season
huge.
Yeah.
was, I think, because a lot of people were victims of rebranding. I don't think I was the only fool. I think that was a universal thing.
We did
That
it.
was go ahead.
I think I'm trying to think if that's the second one because we did
I think
at
it was
least
that.
one before that one where
Yeah,
it was
that was the one where
basically
your ex was Buddy the Elf,
yes.
and I had circumvented.
Yeah. It was basically the cast of Airport's Holly Jolly Jubilee plus me, Chris McKee, and maybe there was one or two other people that were like not from the Airport one. And that was the first year where it was basically the same show, and then it blew up It was the year of Peter Pan.
Yes,
Right?
it was. Yes.
That year, it was like so many people were in it. The schools came to be in it, and it was like it was a mega.
That's right.
That is right, because we had
That's
all those children with those bells
Yeah.
doing that Hershey's commercial. Oh,
Kyle, you
listen,
loved that, didn't you?
listen, you know how I feel about
Really?
performing with children. You know how I feel about children in general. Like, I don't need to be around the plethora of them. One or two is more than fine. This many with their own individual bells and license to ring really didn't work for me, like, at all. Okay?
At CMPAC, there's one giant room. You know, we're not split up into dressing rooms. There's just
Right.
a giant dressing room.
Just
So
one
you can't
unisex,
escape the
like,
bells. You can
hurting
never escape
hall.
the bells. Yeah.
You got to be off stage during the show. I didn't.
Well,
I feel like I never leave when we did
no,
it.
you didn't leave.
Oops.
I mean, you
I
were
was either
Rodney Elf, you were the
playing or
music
singing.
director, you were everything. You had no reason to leave. How dare you?
There was
leave?
no reason.
The only reason we felt comfortable or safe being on that stage is because you were there first. So, just be honest here. That first year of "'Tis the Season" is where we saw Jay in a crowning moment.
Yes.
And I say crowning on purpose because we adorned a beautiful Olaf head, only in support of someone else. Not even as
Right.
not even
No.
as a main act.
Not even as a not as a
No.
main act, not
No.
even as a supporting character. And you know, Olaf truly wasn't supporting either.
No.
So Marielle Grigosky was singing as Elsa, the hit classic "Let It Go,"
Yes.
and for me, my job was to be Olaf, but not truly. Olaf was I had just a white outfit on, my regular clothes, with an Olaf hat, and the entire number, I stood, this was my direction, stood directly behind Marielle as she did her snow magic. Now, I had a little tub of cut up paper, white paper,
Yeah.
that every time that Marielle would flourish, let it go, Olaf was there to just throw the snow to the sides, no feature, nothing. Just
No microphone needed.
no microphone needed. I was not a part of the song whatsoever.
No.
And yeah, and I said to Kyle, I said, I guess this has to be the end of my career. I'm not sure where
Do
we
you
go.
remember
from
what
here.
you said, like regarding "'Tis the Season" and your subsequent performances in Peter Pan? This resonates with me all the
Go
time.
ahead.
I randomly think of this often, like far more than I should. I remember you saying, "God, Kyle, I'm just so glad that I have some more performances as Peter Pan after this. That people don't think that I'm a total idiot."
How
I
chocolate.
Oh no, I don't have anything after this. This is all they'll remember me for. This is it.
Like, someone get me a gig right now.
It was the worst. It was the worst thing to hear. I was so happy for you and so hurt for me.
Oh God, sure.
Yeah, so terrible, so terrible.
Oh,
I'm so excited to tell you that, courtesy of Matthew's father, we have footage from the very last time we did "'Tis the Season," which did surprise me that this was 5 years ago.
I know.
I didn't think the last one was 5 years ago. I would have thought that we maybe started this "'Tis the Season" process 5 ago. It's so horrifying to me to know that it was even years before that I started the journey with it. But I guess before we get to the footage, I want to revisit something. I want to revisit Home Alone. Because I know
Great,
JSC
great.
has seen both. Okay,
Great.
and so the dilemma, I don't want you to know where I stand on this whole thing. Okay, but like the argument was, which movie is better, Home Alone 1 or 2? And I have like some pretty strong feelings about this. But I would definitely like to get your opinion.
Okay. I'm gonna come right out and say my opinion, which is Home Alone 1 is the best. Now, so I mean, for me, like this was a movie that I watched growing up, very much so, and I also watched the second one. But the first one, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the aesthetic of the movie, how beautiful the house is. Like, I don't know. I just really feel like Home Alone 1 is just overall better. And of course, you're being introduced to the story in Home Alone 1, but oh, yeah, that's going to be my favorite. Home Alone 2 stands up. Usually we have sequels that do not stand. Home Alone 2, my God, is it good. So it's hard to choose, but Home Alone 1 will always be my favorite. That movie, I think I know like every single line too.
Okay. All right. This is my thoughts on this. My favorite Home Alone is 1. It is. It's number 1. And it's because it's just better. The argument was that like, so Steve was saying that like the reason why I think 1 is better is because I'm following the herd, and that, you know, everyone says that sequels are not as good as the original and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I am not saying whether or not, I'm not making a blanketed statement about sequels in general. In this franchise, 1 is superior. That is not knocking down 2. I agree with everything you said. There was something so very special about Home Alone 1. It doesn't mean that I don't want to see Home Alone 2. It's not the holidays unless I see both. Okay, so like I'm not knocking 2. Okay, but I got to tell you that Bird Lady absolutely knocks it down a few pegs. That's not the reason why I'm saying it's not as good. That's not why.
Okay, because I was like, the bird involvement is an awful lot for you. I don't know if you can handle any of that.
It's very overwhelming to me.
There's a lot of birds in there.
Yeah, I can't do it. I also think it's rather, I did see a meme about this, but I must agree. I think it's really ridiculous that Kevin McAllister is running off during Christmas Day to give this homeless bird lady a dove instead of inviting her back to the room where he's staying at the plaza with a Christmas tree and all this food. Like, never mind a hot meal for Christmas or anything like that. Here's a dove so you can remember me. Like, really weak, not the spirit of Christmas.
And when he meets the bird lady before and their first meeting, doesn't he, like, he says to her, like, can we go someplace warm? And she takes him to wherever they are, the roof of wherever she's living.
Yes.
And you're like, excuse me.
And he does not return the favor.
Suite.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He gets her hot chocolate. That's what he does for her.
Christmas aesthetic. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
He gets her a hot chocolate. Come on. I mean, take her back to the plaza, for God's sake.
It's not even your money.
Correct. Stolen.
So there's that. Matt is like, I don't know anybody's talking about. I know you have Disney Plus, so you should just go.
I do.
All right. It is a Christmassy thing. I do think it's rather offensive. You've never seen either of them. Now, these are American Christmas standards, and if you've seen The Wizard of Oz, then I don't see why you haven't seen it.
True. I just watch Elf all the time.
I've actually never seen Elf.
Well.
And it's really because I don't care for Will Ferrell. I just think he's very scattered and all over the place. I find him overwhelming. But I know that's I know it's like your favorite Christmas movie. Which is such a perfect segue. Maybe you did it on purpose, which is why we love you. We have footage.
Oh. Yep.
Of Sparkle Jolly, Twinkle Twinkle from the very last 'Tis the Season. And let me tell you, this is a gem. This is a gem. Let's get everything prepared here. I want to remove this overlay. No more Christmas overlay. I want to get this guy in here, and I want to be able to show it and discuss it as we go, because there's lots to unpack here. Lots to unpack. For those of you who don't know, I mean, obviously, I used to be much larger, but that did not impede my ability to dance. I got around, okay? It's really not true. It's not true. But it actually looks like somewhat serviceable in this. This wasn't as bad as, so here we are. And it's the same hat you're wearing today.
Yes,
Same hat, same hat.
the
Thank
only
you so
place
much for it. Thank you.
One of every ornament that's sitting, waiting on a shelf. Why busy decorating? Why not decorate yourself?
Here I come.
Oh wow.
Until each limb on your Christmas is sparkle jolly, twinkle, twinkling.
The jazz hands.
Ornament that's sitting, waiting
Oh,
on a shelf. Why busy
I remember thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I here? Here I come.
Like on the other side,
Gearing up.
possibly. Oh.
Wheeling me in.
Yes.
Just very proud of myself.
Oh.
See ya. Okay. We have a massive dance break here that, if I remember correctly, was also cut down this year. You know, it used to be much longer. Wasn't this the edited dance break?
It probably was.
Yeah.
We did this every year.
Every year. There you go. Look, doing the most. Look at that. How low we're getting. Look at me go. I'm still kicking.
Up there.
Yeah, there was the edit. There was the edit. This is how you know it wasn't good, because anytime on Long Island that you do a kick line, you automatically get applause, and we got none.
I was like,
So that
that's
tells
the
you
lowest
something.
lowest kick line I
You know, I don't remember any of this. Like, I don't remember this. I,
I'm looking around, like, what am I doing?
I'm just picking over. What a tis the season.
Oh,
I mean, what a real a classic question mark. Uh,
A staple, maybe, is a
A
better.
yeah,
staple.
sure. Well, it was a
that's
staple.
nice.
That was actually the first year that we didn't like open with that. Like, didn't we always open with like that Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing, like the Carol of the Bells, and then went into something. They went into.
We did
this.
the I forgot. It's gone. No, because we used to do the well, we did Text Me Merry Christmas one year.
Text Me Merry Christmas.
Text Me
Were
Merry.
you in that
I don't
one?
even know who. No, that was the
No.
Christmas Carol, because we had all the windows and everyone was like popping out of windows and doors with their phones. We would always do the Straight No Chaser 12 Days of Christmas into Christmas Down in Africa to start the show. and then
I always forget about Africa.
You want to tell that story?
There's just so many things that we didn't realize were problematic. Like, we didn't like that they were happening then, but we didn't realize how bad it was. You know. Yeah, I just remember my very first year. We sang. But what was the name? What was the actual name of the song? I mean,
I think it was just 12 days. It was the Straight No Chaser. It's like a cappella group, and they did a 12
sang
days
to
of
the
Christmas.
tune of Africa.
Yeah, so it was like the 12 days of Christmas, like all on top of each other, and then it segued into Toto's. I think it's just Africa is the normal song.
Yes, I believe so. And if it's not, that just goes to show you how problematic this entire experience was, because I believe the song title to be Africa. Because that's always how it was referred. It's like, Africa, where's Kyle? And I was like, is this okay? Is this okay?
Where's Kyle?
But like
Is this
Oh.
okay?
being
Oh,
referred
no.
to as like there's a soloist in it, and I don't know, I forget who had done the solo, but like we were trying to give everyone have something. So like we gave Kyle the solo, and it was referred to as, Kyle, you're gonna be Africa.
Yes, you are Africa.
Or Africa.
And it's like,
And like we understood, like, oh, it's the Africa, like it's the solo in the Africa part of the song, but like first
I
day.
knew what it was, but I was also like, looking around, and I'm like, I guess I would be Africa.
Oh, God.
It's so bad. But yeah, the year that we did Text Me Merry Christmas was also like a train wreck. Yeah, because that was the Christmas Carol year. That was the year after. That's why Jay wasn't involved in that, because the first year we did it was during obviously Peter Pan, and we had the Peter Pan set that we were working on. Yeah, Text Me Merry Christmas really should have been canceled. It's a great song, and like,
Yeah.
you know, big ups to Pentatonics. Love them. No, it wasn't Pentatonics. That was Straight No Chaser. You just said that.
No, Straight No Chaser was 12 Days of Christmas. Text Me Merry Christmas, I think, was Pentatonics.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I'm proud of myself. Definitely thought I mixed it two up. Are we sure though?
I don't know.
I think I was wrong the first
I
time.
can't listen to it anymore.
I was.
Though, who did that 12 Days of Christmas? Because that's something that if I hear it on the radio, the first second that it comes on, I'm like, no, you know, I can't, I cannot. And of course, we were doing that in the year that I was in 'Tis the Season.
Yes.
And
I think that might have
boy,
been the
was I
last
so
year
mad.
we did it.
I also think that's not the only thing that we turn off right away. That's not the only Christmas song that we shut off, because we both agree on one song that is not on our Christmas list, and it's My Grown Up. We don't like this song.
Oh,
Okay, I thought I was dropping
Okay.
such great clues, and I was really excited for you to pick up on it, and I'm so disappointed for the confusion. We hate My Grown Up Christmas list. What the heck?
Yes, yeah.
As soon as I hear the diddly 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 bumps, I'm like, no, I don't know what I'm gonna play in lieu of, but this has to go off.
I listen to the regular radio just to not listen to this song for a second, you know? Yeah, yes.
The second,
Yeah.
the second.
I'm pretty sure we did it with the Teen Girls as like a group number in one of the 'Tis the Seasons.
You know, I think you're right. And
Yeah.
I think that it was also Gina Morgino who did it that final year.
Did we do it in the last one?
It was. It is. It's in Act 2, and your father sent it to me, and I said, and I don't need to include this. But now that the conversation has gone there, we might include a clip. Sorry, Gina. Like, we have this footage. I mean, it would really be, I'd be remiss to exclude it. We have to put it in. We'll work on it. We'll work on
All
it.
right.
That's not the only footage I have, though. I don't want to play this whole thing. I just really want to highlight the costumes we were given, or lack thereof. And I have this little thing.
Sometimes the holidays are
I
not
sang my solo. First of all, this introduction.
make you feel less dreary. Forget all your troubles and worries and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Who
I don't-
is that?
I actually don't know. Let's just, hold on, I'm going to play it again. I don't know who this is. I didn't remember this happening at all. When I was watching this, I was like, I obviously walked out to this in the dark. I don't know who said it, or I don't remember. I have no recollection of this moment whatsoever.
Sometimes the holidays are not so bright and cheery, but our next performer will make you feel less dreary. Forget all your troubles and worries and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Is it Andrew Morano? Because wasn't he in this? Was he in this one? I know
No.
he did it at one point.
You might be right. You might be right. It's definitely not Mike Newman. It's definitely not Mike Newman.
Definitely not my
No. And
Um,
it's definitely not me, because I thought, I directed this one. It's probably me doing it. It's not.
right. No, this must be Andrew. Let's give another listen.
Sometimes the holidays are not so bright and cheery, but our next performer will make you feel less dreary. Forget all your troubles and worries and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
I also don't know what he's even
It has
saying.
to be.
think
I
you're
don't know what
right.
that. I don't know what the accent is, or anything like that. Like very Charles Dickensy, like very fun. But
Were there
it has to be
voiceovers
him.
all the show, the whole show?
Yes, there's little narrations throughout the whole thing. It's actually very cute. I was kind of impressed.
That's lovely.
Look at
Wow.
that! Look at that garland on that couch.
The garland on the couch, the size of the tie. That's really what I wanted to be highlighted. I'm gonna minimize us now so people can see this larger. Not that I need to be seen larger, but I would very much want for people to see exactly how egregious. My goodness gracious. I mean, like, honestly, what was that? And oh, fun fact, the lyrics were on the piano. Okay, so all those little like poignant like glances back, those were not moments. That was just a little self-check.
Now, was that number? I feel like there were several of me at a piano with solo singers in a row. Was this before or after Surabaya Santa happened?
This was right before, and I have evidence of such because at the end, let me see if I didn't cut it off when I edited this, you can see her crossing me. Here she comes. I cut it off.
No.
Now, is it recorded with Surabaya Santa or is it rocking around the Christmas tree?
You know, I didn't watch.
Okay.
I didn't watch. I got what I wanted, and I moved on.
Jay, do you know the story of what happens?
Yeah, Jay, do you know this story?
I don't think I
So-
do.
This was the
Okay.
last year, and I was directing it and music this year because the person that had previously done it had moved. So I was like, oh, let's throw in like different songs, different Christmas songs that we haven't done before, like whatever. So I was like, oh, like this is fun. This will be fun for like the adults. Surabaya Santa from Songs for a New World. Like it's like different. It'll be great. It'll be great. So this woman comes out and she did it great, which was the
She
problem.
did. She
She
did.
was so good at
She
it.
did.
Line, did the whole thing, and a longtime CM subscriber who we love dearly after the show said that was inappropriate for a family Christmas show. She was mortified, and so then we did Rocking Around the Christmas Tree the next day.
Immediately replaced.
Like I remember it was like red lights and like everything. They were like, now let's just do Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, but the same lighting cue was fine.
The thing about it is that everybody was super shady about that, like how this like went down. Like nobody told anyone that there was a complaint filed against the production. I had actually heard subsequently a family had walked out. Like I don't know why you keep leaving that part of this.
I hope they did. That makes
I
it better.
heard that a family walked out, and that is really. And that is really what spurred this, okay? But basically, that the song being so offensive, rather, so inappropriate. I just remember walking off, and like then hearing "Rock Around the Christmas Tree" like the second week, and I was like, "Since when is this in the show?"
Because I
I'm
don't
like,
think
what
we
is
told
this?
people
And they're like,
either.
"Oh, a family walked out during her song last week, said it was inappropriate, like they had to leave." Like, what? I was like, how did nobody make an announcement? She's not embarrassed. I wouldn't even sing a solo the following week after a family walked out. And like somebody complained that my song was inappropriate. I wouldn't even want to sing it. Not that it's her fault.
Oh
but
yeah, no.
I would just be so
Okay.
I would be so embarrassed that I couldn't anymore. That would be the end of my involvement in Tis the Season. Well, it didn't matter anymore because it was defunct after that. Tis the Season was not performed ever again.
Yes, that was the reason why.
That was the reason.
That was
why.
it.
That was
That's
it.
it.
That was it. Honestly, I miss it.
I don't miss Sunday rehearsals, but I miss being like goofballs with everybody.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
of
what I
course.
miss.
The people that realized what we were in for. Those I miss that. The
Yes.
people that thought it was a real production. Yikes. But everyone else, we were like,
The people who
yeah,
put me out.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
Whatever the finale song was, I don't remember. To our year, I just remember. Oh, it was Mariah
It was
Carey's,
all-
of course.
It was all
Of
about
course,
course,
you
I'm
remember
sorry.
what it was.
When we were all just standing around in that like semicircle, I mean, I remember specifically catching the two of your eyes. Just kind of like one of these. Well, we
Merry
did, didn't we?
Christmas!
And I'm pretty sure we also not only were all, like the entire cast in the finale, but all of the schools joined us too. So it was like 80 people crammed into the Darling Nursery doing All I Want for Christmas Is You like this.
And I was like, this is the most uncomfortable like thing ever. It really
And then we
was.
Soloist
switched it
to
up.
finish.
Yeah.
Just standing there while it's.
We're done. Wouldn't we follow it up with God Bless Us Everyone from Christmas Carol, or was that like in the show elsewhere?
No.
Because I feel like I don't know if we ended up cutting that at some point, but we used to do that.
Yeah, it did
Like
get
in
cut at
Christmas
some
Carol.
point, but I think I do think it was the Mariah Carey song, and then it was Goblet, or it was the reverse. But
Yeah.
it definitely ended with those two songs. But however order they went, I don't know. I guess the other thing that always made me so like nervous about is that like the kids that we would have like bust in from these other schools, obviously like had like their family and everything there, and like their family thought it was real. Like they treated it,
Yes.
like very
Right.
serious. It's
Yes.
like, wait a minute. And like I always had like this weird thing because lo and behold, every single time there would be like a customer of mine from the bank like in the audience because like their kid was in it, or like their niece or nephew. And it's like, oh wow, I can't believe I got to see you sing. And I was like, uh-oh. That wasn't it though. Stop. No, we're just hanging out. We're just having fun. That's not it. Please come see something else. I don't have anything else lined up. But I'm not an idiot.
I would go to the school of the kids that came to teach them the stuff that they were doing with us. Like,
No, you didn't.
yes, I would go during the week for like there was like an after school like club essentially. So I would go and they would
Everybody's going to 'Tis the Season. I'm taking the late bus because I have 'Tis the Season.
yeah.
Rehearsal.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I would go and they would perform their songs for me that they were bringing to the table, which were always the same. I can't listen to Somewhere in My Memory or whatever it's actually called ever because they always sang it. And they did it well, but I just like, it's just associated with that and I can't. So they had like 2 or 3 songs and then I would sit there and teach them All I Want for Christmas Is You and God Bless Us Everyone. I feel like we had a sing-along. Didn't we do a sing-along? I feel like that eventually was cut, like in the final years, because I was not about it anymore. But I'm pretty sure there used to. That was where the bells were.
Oh my god.
No, wait, no, hold on. Now that is a memory I absolutely blocked out. Okay.
I was like,
Hold on. The bells that Jay and I were referring to I don't think they were the same bells.
Okay.
Because the children did that Hershey's Kiss commercial, the ding ding dings.
Oh, down the line.
They had their own bells. Now, the bells you're referring to was equally egregious performance.
The little.
Yes, the little from Disney Parks, because
Yes.
Terry Brennan got it for us. And yes, they would sing along in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so happy you have brought this back to my remembrance, because this is when I would see those customers in the audience, because the house lights would go up
And we
because
go
people
down.
would go off stage. Yes. And I was like, absolutely not. No, I don't go out into the crowd. No. She never does that. Okay. And then I remember looking out like, oh, I know you. Oh my God, I know you. And then I was standing there just ringing this stupid thing. I was like, oh my God, there's real people here. It was just
So-
absolutely terrible.
speaking
And
of,
every year we would just like sink more and more into the stage, like back and back and back. I just remember the very last time it was like me by the piano, like with Gina, like hiding, huddling, as if now all of a sudden people can't see us. Big as I was back then, nobody can see me because I'm next to little Gina and I'm hiding by the piano. So stupid. Yes, there was a sing along. What did we sing?
It was like probably Rudolph and Frosty and Santa Claus Coming to Town. Probably like those like classic carols, I guess, that everyone. And there was a lyric sheet, I think, like in the program, because I feel like that was another one, like with Silver Bells, that there were verses that no one knew, but to make the show long enough, we had to do them.
You had to put them in. Yeah, and we had to look at the words.
Yeah.
I remember this. God, that was terrible. That was awful.
We also had, I think, that same Peter Pan year was that it's the holiday season. And no one knew the words to that either.
I don't know that. I don't even think I came out for that. I was supposed to.
I feel like I definitely think Jay was near me because I just remember like playing and just like looking over, and I'm pretty sure it was Jay and Marielle just being there being like, we don't know the words. No one knows the words.
Wait a minute. Jay left.
Jay cannot stand that song.
She's like, had enough, totally had enough. They can't stand it. Hi,
Somebody
welcome
had
back.
the nerve, audacity, and gall to call me. I mean, don't they know that I'm in the middle of a
Excuse
very
me?
important gig?
We are filming.
We're filming here. What was the
Wait.
question? I missed the question, obviously.
Do you remember it's the holiday season? Nothing. No one singing.
No, something else blocked out.
You absolutely were near me because I just remember like playing and listening to those two trying to do it. It was Happy Holidays. It's the holiday season maybe or something. It was one of those like mashups and just like playing and looking over and everyone just being like,
Not a clue.
Holiday season and booty block.
Boom, boom, boom. Wait, how did we not? All right, can we go back just for a quick second? If we're gonna go back that far, I cannot believe we did not mention the fact that after Jay appeared as Olaf, throwing shredded paper. So you already know where it's going. I can't believe we skipped it. Marielle, because this is really why Marielle was in it, right? Because I went to her and I said, I want us to sing a duet. We are going to sing because any person in my life, I'm like, hi, you have a nice voice. Let's sing Baby It's Cold Outside. Hey, you look very pretty. Let's sing Baby It's Cold Outside. I just love bringing people in for that song. And Marielle was my first victim. And I said, let's sing this together. Naturally, she said, okay. We did not know that she'd be doing it still dressed as Elsa. Because for whatever reason, it had to absolutely be after that song. We couldn't put this anywhere else. It had to be right there. And she's in her full Elsa getup, and we're singing "Baby It's Cold Outside." To which Terry thought it would be so brilliant to tie in both song concepts, and at the very end, Mario leaned over and said, "Oh, the cold never bothered me anymore."
Yeah. Baby, it's cold outside. There's Elsa. Oh my.
With the shredded snow still on the ground.
And did she even leave the stage at all?
No,
No.
she never
She
left
just
the
went
stage.
right.
She
One of
went
the-
right into it. I came out with those stupid stools, and I would test them out to see which one was the wobbly one, because I did not want to sit on the wobbly one. I was like, no, I'm too large for this one. That's yours. Good luck. Sit, Ginger, sit once, and that's it. So bad.
God,
Oh
Yeah.
my
that
god.
was so funny.
Goodness gracious. Let's resurrect it. I'll send an email to Elise this week. We'll be back for 2022. So stupid. That's all I have. And you know what? This was such a hoot.
This was good.
This was really great.
Really, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being such a great surprise guest. I can't wait to have you back on here, like for the full duration. We'll have such a good time.
Yay!
Matthew, obviously, like, thank you so much for joining me for this.
Of
Like,
course.
this
Thanks
is
for having me.
our time of year.
Yes.
And it's just like so perfect that we got to do this. So thank you everybody for making time for us. And yeah, like, subscribe, share with a friend. That's it. Oh, you hear those police sirens?
They're coming for us.
I know, during
my
the
God.
day in Sayville. Oof, so sorry.
Oh, we're just trying to spread Christmas cheer. I don't know.
I know,
what
we're
to
just
tell
having a
you.
nice Christmas time. Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
But thanks again. Thank you both. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kyle.
Thank you.
Okay, so there they go. Thank you so much for spending Christmas with me and my friends. I got a couple of texts during that pre-recorded broadcast about my COVID diagnosis. And I just wanted to be a little more transparent about that whole thing because I do think it's important for people to know like what's going on here. So I had a little cough on Monday, okay? And I didn't think anything of it. I just figured it was December. I should have a cold right now. This is what winter is all about. So fine. I do understand that winter starts at the end of December. Do not try me. However, all right. So anyway, so I had a little cough like Monday into Monday night. Tuesday, I spent the entire day with a very, very good friend of mine, with no jacket in the city, just running around, just being free, having a really wonderful time. However, I woke up Wednesday with a sore throat and all this other stuff. And I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, you know what? This is what I get for being in the city all day without a jacket. Because my job requires people to go get tested as a result of these symptoms is why I went and then found out I was positive. So I say all of this to say that, like, yes, I endangered my good friend and I'm very sorry. We've had an extensive conversation about this. Don't be me, okay? There are people in your life that cannot afford to get this. Are you vaccinated? Are you old? Are you immunocompromised? All these different things you need to consider as you're getting ready to embark on your holiday plans, okay? So if you feel off in any kind of way, please make the time to go get tested or don't be around your loved ones. Because it's not a joke. You're listening to me right now. I sound congested, and I am. My sore throat is gone. I am not feverish. Everything is fine. Otherwise, the symptoms that I'm feeling right now, I would not think were COVID test worthy. So take that for what it is. Get tested, get vaccinated, protect your loved ones, and protect yourself because you never know. I guess that's all I had to say. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Matthew. Thank you so much to Jay. Thank you to everyone who made tonight possible. Like, subscribe. Find me on your socials at The Kyle Petty Show. Find my website, thekylpettyshow.com. We got it all. All right. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And just be a blessing. All right. Thanks a lot.